Hello everyone, welcome back to the Grassroots Football Project. Today I'm joined by a good friend of mine, Charlie. How you doing, mate?
Not too bad, mate. Yourself?
I'm good. I'm good now. I've seen your face. I'm pretty happy.
You're embarrassing me. Stop it.
Good. So, for anyone that doesn't know who you are and that's watching, could you just give a sort of a brief explanation as to what you do in the Grassroots game?
At the moment, yes. At the moment, I run a club called Hatcham Park Juniors. Under 11s at the moment. Well, just now the season's ended. Under 11s, it's our first full season in the Kent League. So obviously with this coronavirus, COVID-19, it's ended in a way no one really wanted. We was coming to the end of the season anyway. It literally, I think maybe two of the last training sessions, we didn't realise how serious it was. Nothing was really stopped by the FA. And we'd all, we wouldn't shake hands, we'd give it the old elbow thing at training and all that. So, yeah, from them last training sessions to now, it's just literally been nothing. So we do have a bit of, we get the parents and the players on the Facebook Live thing, we have a chat.
Oh, nice.
So that's good. We played a few online games together just to keep in contact.
Yeah.
The WhatsApp group with the parents is great still. I know every manager must say it, but I've got a great bunch of parents.
Yeah.
It makes it a lot easier. But that's it really. So our first full season as a youth club. Roll on next season if and when we can get there again.
Totally. We'll come on to Hatcham because it's such an amazing project that you started up.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to delve into that. We're going to start with you, which I'm looking forward to. Can you sort of cast your mind back to sort of the earliest memories you can think? What enticed you into the world of football?
Yeah, it's all day. That's what I've been thinking about, all dates and things like that. I'm awful with dates. But it was around, I've put a little bit down. It was around, I never really liked football, believe it or not.
Yeah.
In primary school up to about year 5, it's just normal playground games. Mm-hmm. I've never been into football, not until year 6. I don't know if it's because I'm the youngest of 4, and the youngest of 4 has always been told to go and goal. Just get balls blasted at you. So it was not till year 6. Great teacher. Still in contact a little bit with him. Mr. Snashall put me into the school football team in year 6. Played my first game at Deptford Park, which is still there now. Awful pitch. And it weren't till year 7 I moved to Addy and Stanhope School, secondary school. I was playing in the school team. And I remember, I didn't realise at the time, and I come home and my mum said, "Charlie, I'm on the phone to Gillingham." I was like, wow. Every boy's dream kind of thing. I was like, This is unreal. They're interested in you, but they won't have you if your homework's not done, if you don't go to school, blah, 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 blah. I'm thinking, I like school anyway.
Yeah.
And I remember telling everyone, Jesus, this is it. I'm going into football kind of thing. This is my big step up.
Yeah. Oh, hang on, you've crashed there. We'll wait for you to come back. Paul's on quite a funny face, to be fair. Just wait for you to come back, mate.
You're back.
There we go. I don't know what happened.
Back. I was talking away and I was thinking, he's not replying.
Yeah.
So what, do we start? Do you want to start it again or?
No, we can go back to, hopefully I didn't lose the recording. I don't think I did. It's still recording now, so we'll edit this out. So I don't know what happened there. But just go from, because the bit I got up to was every boy's dream, sort of.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, get your mum telling you that Gillingham's on the phone at a young age. I was like, wow, this was like 1998, around that kind of time. Again, I'm useless with dates, but it was around that time, and just meeting up with the bus, collecting all the players from their house, going to training. Even at that young age, that's what kicked on my, you call it, your own personal football path, your career, what you want to call it.
Yeah. And
from that timekeeping, my timekeeping is awful. Just ask the parents, I'm never on time. It's just me. It's just, they know, my work know, everybody knows. And being with Gillingham kind of kicked you up the bum and said, like, this is it. This is a real club. It's really well run. Being a goalkeeper, if you play football, no one really cares about the goalkeeper. I used to have my own trainer. Like I said, even silly little things that they taught me there. I was only there a season. I later found out I was covering an injury. I think, I'm not too sure. I think the goalkeeper that was injured was someone's son.
Right.
In Gillingham, in the club, and they said that he's back after a full season with them. Like, you can still stay on, but you will be second choice. I think as a goalkeeper, even at a young age, if you're a striker, defender, midfielder, you got that chance to come off on the bench. Goalkeepers, you got no chance whatsoever. Maybe I should have, maybe I shouldn't have, but it's life. You get on with it. But all just going back to the things I learned from there is what I still have with me now. I've played your team in a friendly, even it was our early time.
Yeah.
I've got to have the same kit. They've got to have the same socks. They've got to have the same training tops. They've got to have everything. If I start with the little things, I know it all builds up and it'll get into something big. And even that, we'll touch on this a bit later, but when I run a men's team, it was the same. If they turn up late or things like that with the wrong colour socks, they're not playing, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'll give you a kit, you've got to wear it. Just them tiny little things is always stuck with me, and that was from Gillingham. So, like I said, I left Gillingham, get out of the way, and we played a team called Swanley Furnace, and at the time they said, look, they're looking at you. Do you want to go? I said, well, of course, if I'm playing, but I'll go.
Yeah.
They're still going. I think they're still going down the A20. Down in Swanley, and it was Terry run the team, and it was Phil and Sandra that picked me up. They'd pick me up every morning and blah 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 and drive me, because obviously my mum didn't drive. Phil's passed, sadly enough, but I still speak to Sandra now, like, on Facebook all the time. I drop her a message and say, when we're in the area, I come down and watch the kids play. And so I went to Swanley, and I don't know if you've been to their ground. It's like, I think they've updated it now, but they got like a little stand.
Oh, right, yeah.
The pitches all segregated off. It was like, obviously it's nothing like Gillingham, but moving there was great for me. Was made captain, maybe because of my mouth.
Yeah.
It's just,
How a lot of people do.
Yeah, I don't stop. So being captain was great in the first year there. I got even, it's just silly things you pick up from when you're playing that you take into your own football when you move on. Like the first season I got voted player of the year, parents player of the year. I don't know how.
Yeah.
With all the shouting and hollering I used to do, I don't know how I got that. But even that to my presentation nights, when I throw a presentation night, I make sure all the kids are looked after. They've all got their own trophies. Do you know what I mean? So all the silly little things you learn while you're playing, you move on. So we stayed at Swanley for a while, I think for 2 years. And then we moved down local around here. I don't know if we've done our training, our level 1 close by.
Yeah.
I went to Fisher Athletic. The manager of Swanley left. And he said, Charlie, I want you to come with me. I said, there's no problem. It's 5 minutes from my house. So I thought I'd mention as well, I was just taking a few notes down about the teams I've played for and things like that. when we used to go up to Swanley and things like that, you'd never get away with it now with safeguarding and things like that. There used to be about 3 or 4 of us in the back of the manager's van. Get in, come on, and all on the way. It was just part of football, and we weren't the only ones. It was just, it'd be very hard to recreate them days.
Yeah.
But it's moved forward. Football moved forward, like I know, with your level 1s and 2s and your safeguarding courses and things like that. As a father, it's a good way forward. But we moved down to Fisher Athletic, and again, I've been quite lucky to play for them. A club like Fisher, they're not around anymore. There's Fisher, but not Fisher Athletic, the original Fisher Athletic. And we was playing, even though I think it was under 15s, under 16s, possibly I think we was under 17s as well there, to play at the Surrey Dock Stadium was out of this world. And obviously I took the captain's armband straight there as well, because it was the same manager. It was unreal. A few of my mates come along to play with us, who was also at Swanley. And it was great. So where are we up to? We got to Fisher. So after Fisher, where did we end up? Yeah, to Fisher. The ground's not there now. I still drive past it down on Salters Road. It's a block of flats. Why playing for Fisher? My old man used to take me to football on a Saturday morning, and he'd play vets football kind of thing. And that club, Old Addians, they had like a vets team, a first team, second team, and a third team. And obviously, I was always around, and I was 16 or 17, I think I was. I possibly could have started 15, around that age. Started playing for the second team. And my 2 older brothers played, and because I was always there watching my dad, they might have been short one week. And I said, I'm a goalkeeper. And it was like, you're about 12, mate. I said, no, I'm 15. So I played a game for them. And like the difference from like youth football to men's football most probably woke me up a bit. Like I was petrified in the changing room kind of thing. Like, oh God, like, look at all these men kind of thing. But it was great. So I eventually signed for them. And so I was playing on the Saturday for Old Addians in Blackheath, playing for Fisher on Sunday. And it was out of this world. It was, again, playing with my brothers. I had the chance to play with my brothers. We played a friendly against the vets team. So it was like 3 of the boys were playing against my dad. He didn't score. He didn't score past me, which he said he would. But the memories are great. So after that, playing Saturday and Sundays just drove me mad. Obviously, I got older and wiser. Maybe my legs weren't as good as they were when I was younger. Yeah. I give that up. Fisher, I did actually train, just thinking back to Fisher, I did get a chance to train. It was with the reserves. I was nowhere near the first team, but I trained with the reserves. And if I remember rightly, Fisher's first team was playing Sheffield United or something like that.
Oh, right.
Reserves or Sheffield United 11. Yeah. And we just finished training, and I think it was Michael Tong who used to play for Sheffield United, and he was there on the pitch. So I was like, this is how close I am, kind of thing. Like, to playing against someone like Michael Tong. He weren't the greatest of players, but he was a known player at the time. But anyway, so after that, I signed for my local team, New Cross Wanderers. The disciplinary was awful. Like, we'd be winning every week, and we'd throw it away with stupid rows and things like that. It was a team full of friends. So as soon as one started, it all started. So that eventually folded, which brought me on to your clock the name in a minute. Is I made a men's team on my own called Hatch and Pock Rovers, which was a men's team. Yeah, local team. I sent every company mad around the South East London area looking for a sponsor. Finally found one of the local councils, got in contact with me, gave me £1,000, bought the kits, bought the balls. Running a men's team is hard work. It's why playing as well. But that little knock that I had at Gillingham, where he said, you could be you could stay, but as a second choice goalkeeper, just always stuck in my brain. I'd never sign another goalkeeper. If I was injured, someone could just go and goal for once.
Yeah.
So maybe it was a bit selfish on my behalf, but I always made sure if I'm playing for your team, I'm the one. Do you know what I mean? But a bit selfish of me, but it's just the way it was. And so I've run that for 5 years. The last year we was there, we won the league in the London and Kent Border League. We won the league and we won the cup. We won the League Cup, which I started myself up front because all goalkeepers think they're the best outfield player.
Yeah.
Lucky enough, I scored as well, and the game was recorded, which was even more great. You'd have to try. I'll send you the video. The penalty.
Try and put it on here somewhere.
Yeah, a clip of the penalty right here.
Right there.
And right there. And it was great. So obviously I was growing older still. I had a family, 3 beautiful kids, and I always said, the day I start playing football is the day I start a kids team to watch them kind of play.
Yeah.
So, well, we're classed this season as over now, as it's most youth football it is, grassroots it is.
Yeah.
So not this season just finished, but the last one, I was kind of playing, not committed to no training. I was just turning up when someone needed me, if I wasn't working, because work comes first nowadays.
Yeah.
I was playing just the odd football with my brother's team, because my brother runs a team.
Mm-hmm.
He runs Bromley Road, still running now.
All right.
And all of a sudden, we found a kids team, local area, AFC Lewisham.
Mm-hmm.
Just went along, tried to be as quiet as I could. I should have had some tape around my mouth. Just stood behind the gate, watching them train. Then I got a bit vocal. Come on. And then I was thinking, why aren't they doing it this way? Oh, if I was doing that, I'll do it this way.
Yeah. Kind
of thing. And they're a great bunch down in Lewisham. Great setup. Great, really, really is a good team down there. They, from under 6, I think they do, all the way to a men's team. Affiliated club with the FA. Really, really good setup. They give me my chance. So from being a parent watching my Luke for the under 8s on a Wednesday night train, and then Archie train on a Thursday night with, what was they then? They was under 10s. It went from being a parent to one day coach not turning.
Oh, sorry, mate. You're going again. No, it's probably my internet. Just wait for it to come back.
We give it a little bit. Yeah, you're back.
There we go.
You're back. So the last bit, I'll start that again. So where was we? We was at from being a dad. From being a dad, from being a dad watching behind the gate or behind the line, whatever you had to do. I got a phone call saying one of the coaches can't make it tonight. We might have. There's a bit of a guilt trip, I think. Training will be postponed unless we can find someone to do it. I said, it's no problem. He said, there's someone from the club there. Would you go down there and give him a hand? I said, yeah, that's no problem. Went down there, clicked with the kids straight away, because obviously they knew I was Archie and Luke's dad. And then that one Thursday went to, could you possibly do it with a Wednesday with the 8s?
Yeah.
Then the Thursday, and I was thinking, what's going on here, kind of thing. And I enjoyed it, I have to say. Shingy's downstairs in AFC Lewisham doing a good job. They gave me my first little taste, my little bite. They sorted out my DBS check, my CRC check kind of thing. And I really got involved. And literally within a matter of the kids joining, I'd say it was not even a month, and I was already coach of now an under 10s team, AFC Lewisham.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I'm on the sideline, thinking like, wow, a month ago I'm still playing football, and now I'm actually in youth football, which I said I always would. And I said, I would definitely call as they say, hang my gloves up and fully take charge of watching my kids play football. But it was having them two different age groups. I'd finish one game, jump straight in the car, shoot up to the other ground somewhere in Kent, a million miles away, run through the field and finally get there for the game. But it was great. It was, and that's the last bit where we end up meeting each other. The end of last season, obviously, I left Lewisham because they wanted to go their way. They had their own plans. I had my own plans. And I think in the back of my head, you always want to do things your way kind of thing, especially as the coach. They've got their own objectives. I had mine, and I left. It was fine. And obviously, that's where I met yourself when we done our level 1. Which was great.
It was great. It was the people and insight. Maybe the dads or the coaches that haven't got their level 1 yet. How much did it change your opinion on how you should be coached, how football should be, and stuff?
It's unreal from learning especially as a father and someone who's played football for the whole of my life. You actually think you know everything about football.
Yeah.
You think you know, obviously, from running a men's team, leaving the men's team, going into youth football. With men's football, you just turn up on a Thursday night to train and you just play a match. You don't even warm up. You get the Maradona of the team stretching and
that's it. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But you'd never doing that level 1. I should have done it a long, long time ago. I said that to you when I first met you. I said I should have done this a long, long time ago. It opened my eyes.
Coaching I know you was running the men's team. Was you coaching them as well? Was it like
I was player manager.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to, before the game, obviously collect the subs, the most important thing.
Yeah.
Trying to organise. I'd say we'd get about 3 subs, maybe two or 3 subs. Trying to sort out a team who's not, and players that are not playing, letting them know. I think it's worse letting the adults know, obviously, because it's hard. Do you know what I mean? And I say it's hard. I think it's most probably easier with an adult because you just tell them straight, and telling a child that today you're going to be sub. But
there's egos, isn't there? And there's people that they should be.
I don't know. I think with an adult team, it's more straight. Do you know what I mean? I'll tell you straight. If you don't like it, you can go.
Yeah.
But I've not had to have this problem yet. I think with the kids team, especially that the boys are great. I've got a really good set of under 11s, and their mums and dads, they understand. And before every game, we'll have our warm up. We warm up together. We call everyone in. They know to come in on, I say, 2 blows of the whistle. They come in. We gather around the parents. Well, we gather in a little circle together. The parents come round. I have my whiteboard out, which you know.
The infamous whiteboard.
Yeah, the infamous whiteboard. Thanks, Streets, for that.
Yeah.
Thanks for the tip. And I announce the team in front of all the parents, in front of all the players, and I say, sometimes we could have 4 or 5 subs. And I keep a data breakdown sheet on the computer. I don't remember what one is called, on Microsoft somewhere. After every result, I should have had one printed up really to show, because they're really good. So say we play you boys on Sunday. I'd have a full list of the players who started, who was sub, who scored, who came off, who came on, that kind of thing. Right. No bookings yet. There's been no bookings yet. But so at the end of the season, at a presentation night, all these figures can be put out there and say, look, your son John he played 12 times, he was sub 4 times, and I try at the moment at an under 11 age, it's more like people before players, as you know.
Definitely.
It's not about results as much as some of the parents think. It's just about getting your kids to play. And the most important thing is trying to get the kids an equal amount of time. Like, I'm not a manager. If the parents there are not breathing down my neck, if your child sub this week, your child sub this week. I do it as fair as I can. Them books are open to see if they want to see them, which they will do at presentation night. They can see that it's fair all the way along. all the way along. And this just brings you back to the level one. Just things like understanding a child is their mentality. Like, you could be explaining something, but that 2 children out of the group of 10 might not totally understand what you are talking about.
Definitely.
I've got some boys who, this is their first season they've even most probably held a real football kind of thing into playing a full game of football. So the way to approach different kids, sometimes I might put things on a whiteboard and I won't speak. But then you've also got to think of a child who might have a difficulty in reading or difficulty in writing. So there's so many, it just opens your eyes from a stupid thing like, right, come on kids, let's run round the pitch to warm up. You know, I know. It opens your eyes now. You don't need to do that.
Yeah, you don't. And I think that misconception is massive, because you see it all the time, don't you? Training ground, first thing they do, it hits 7 o'clock or whatever, and they're out doing laps.
2 laps around the pitch,
definitely. And like we talked about him off air. David Streets, our tutor. When we first thought of this, obviously we was like, "What? You don't do laps and stuff like that?"
We was like, "No, we still do them."
And I think the thing about him, he weren't not trying to trip you up and make you feel silly, but he was definitely one to try and make you see things in a different
through a kid's eyes, through kids' eyes, yeah. And 100%.
That was the first thing, wasn't it? That was the first thing.
He opened our eyes. He and I still take some. Well, most of it he's watching. I take everything on board.
Yeah.
But even the things like the manager's section.
Yeah,
the players section
and stuff like that.
Oh, I still stick to it all. They know they don't come in my cones.
Yeah,
they don't go near my cones. It's got the first aid kit, all the asthma pumps. They don't come, and they know, and the parents know. I definitely look forward to doing the level 2 with him.
Yeah,
no, definitely look forward to it.
He is incredible, and he does help you to see stuff in the child's perspective or
100%
ways, and you think, I would have never thought of it like that.
Yeah, definitely.
In terms of the actual level 1, the course and the people that he bring together, he had I think it was Nicholas who came with us, and the other tutors, the first aid tutor and the safeguarding one. Yeah. How well and how organised do you think that the FA courses are?
I loved it. Especially being at Fisher's new ground. I loved it. It was run. There was some Mill people in there who worked with Millwall, so I love that as well.
Yeah.
But the safeguarding, again, I mentioned being a father. The one priority is the safety of my own kids.
Yeah.
And on a Sunday, them kids now really they're like my kids as well. So even things down to thinking about running the club and thinking, right, let's get the kids down the park. Then to think, right, is it safe? Is there some dog mess, or is there a broken glass, and it made me think forward and think, right, so I will get that. Most of our money that we get in from the parents does go to our training ground, and most kids don't get to play on a training ground that we've got. It's a nice AstroTurf down in Bellingham. It's all gated off, if you know Bellingham. It's a safe environment. The kids are safe. They know they're there. The parents know where they are. Nice car park. So even things like that from the safeguarding side of things, especially doing after the safeguarding, I went and done the wealth officer training.
Yeah. With
the London FAs. I'd done it with the Kent FA actually, because then there was the only space available.
Oh, right.
It was unreal. Mm-hmm. Just you've got to remember, like, especially after running a men's team, all you want to do for a men's team is play football and win.
Yeah.
And to drop into youth football, well, I say drop, it's not a drop into youth football. Going into youth football, maybe at under 16, 17 age, your mindset is different. But for me, at under 11s, it's not about, although I mentioned it earlier, the parents want to win.
Yeah.
You've got to think of that I've had boys crying on the pitch before this season.
Yeah.
Because they've conceded a goal or our goalkeeper's not turned up. And I brush on that as well from streets. My son plays in goal this season. He didn't last season. And as a goalkeeper myself, it's not nice to be in goal for the whole game. If you're losing 4-2 or if you're losing 5-0 or if you're winning 5-0 or winning 5-2, it's always nice to change that goalkeeper. They're 11 years old. And I've always done that. I've rotated the goalkeeper. If someone doesn't want to go in goal, again, parents there or not, I will decide who goes in goal. I might give them the captain's armband just as a little boost. I like giving that around as well. Silly things like if we're at training, I put the rules on I put a little task on the board, and I just stand back and watch and think, who's going to take lead?
Yeah.
And then we're talking. And we'll have a little water break, and I say, right, to one of the lads, right, you've done really well today. I said, on Sunday, I promise you'll be captain. It's just some little things that they like. So, roll on next season. I'm really buzzing for it.
Yeah,
really buzzing for it.
I think that's a nice touch there. It's definitely tapping into that psychological corner.
Oh, it's all in the mind. It's all
helping them kids.
And one thing again, if there are any, I'm still a new coach to youth football. I've only had one season. There's people out there who've done it for 30 years.
Yeah. One
thing that stuck with me with streets is with the boy bouncing the ball. The naughty boy or girl bouncing the ball.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I won't mention whose names just in case they're going to watch this of my under 11s. But especially having my own children train, because they obviously don't know to call me dad or coach or sir. Some of my players call me sir, which I'm not going to complain. I guess it's polite way of maybe they talk to their teachers at school, so I don't mind what they call me. But yeah, it stuck with me, and sometimes I'll get the kids to do a drill, some cone work, some footwork, or something like that, and there's always one who plays up, and I think, right, leave it as long as I can, leave it, and I don't know, say right, Taylor, come with me. Right, what do you think we should do next? Just pull him out of it. Just pull him out, instead of saying, right, beg my laps, but go and give me a lap or give me 10 star jumps or something like that. Just to pull him out and say, like, calm down a bit. Do you know what I mean? We're at training. If you want to play around, go outside, play on your own, play with your mum and dad who's there to watch you train. Yeah, they're not going to be happy, kind of thing. The kid is. It's like you've won the battle with the child already without having a go, and you're like, the child's like, what? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why are you not having a go at me? Definitely. Do you know what I mean? Why are you not having a go at me, coach? But something so easy as that you don't want them to disrupt the session at all. You definitely do not want them to disrupt the session. And learning that from streets. That's why, again, if you haven't done your level 1, I'm not plugging it or something like that. But I definitely would.
We're not
open my eyes.
We're not sponsored.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by the London FA. Yeah.
But yeah, like when I say that he tried to trip you up with what he was thinking. Yeah. Not trip you up, but like he sort of sat back and went, well, maybe they're bouncing that ball because they're not enjoying it, or has it ever occurred to you guys to think if your session good enough? Yeah. Is the session good enough for them to be interested? And that takes you back. I think, wow, it's not about them. It's not their fault. It's what am I doing?
Yeah. Are you doing it right? Are you doing it wrong? Are you keeping them entertained, kind of thing? Yeah. So, like you say, they've come here to play football, and if you've got them doing an hour's work of dribbling a ball in between the cone, which you do not do on a Sunday game, they're going to bounce that ball, aren't they? So,
exactly.
Oh, I'm there. I'll be at work on a Thursday. We train on a Thursday. I'll be at work on a Thursday, and I'll have paper in front of me. I'll screw it up and I throw it in the bin, and I think we do it this way. We do this. We do that. We do this. You get to training. It's just it just comes. It just Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. And then talking about the the level one, obviously we've mentioned the level one in safeguarding welfare. We did it. I think you mentioned it about the first aid. Great. I do it with my work as well. I've done the level, the first aid course.
Yeah.
And we had an incident at training.
Right.
See, when you can see it coming.
Yeah.
The goalkeeper's gone at someone's feet, and he's not a normal goalkeeper. He's just in goal. He likes playing in goal. Great kid. And I was already running towards him. I could see it happening, and he got a boot implanted in his face.
Yeah. And
you just kick into kind of panic mode, but you want to show everyone that you're calm, kind of thing. And I bandaged him up. We had to call training off.
Yeah.
Took him down to hospital. Just things like that. It goes to show it does happen. From doing it on a little mannequin is nothing like doing it. And I say an incident, it could have been a lot worse. It was right near his eye. Yeah. But again, importance of first aid kits and keeping them up to date, kind of thing, especially with youth football.
No, it's super important, and
100%. Yeah.
You never realise how serious they are until you're in that sort of situation. So
you never realise how serious it is until you have to phone that child's parent, which I have to do, and say, "Don't worry, but we're on the way to A&E." Yeah, it's not the best of conversations to have, to be honest.
No, certainly. Okay, so let's move on from the level one course and the FA courses.
Yes.
Brilliant as they are. I want to talk about a story that I think is so great. I remember we were sitting in the car together, and you give me a lift back to the station after one of the days, and you're just telling me about how you're going to set up this new club and vision and what you was doing. You was doing this, that, and the other. Just get it all out there. Tell everyone how you come about setting it. I know you touched on it briefly, setting up the new club.
Yeah.
Needed.
Well, once I get a bee in my bonnet and I want something, just like us all really. I don't stop. I think I drove everyone mad on Facebook, on Twitter.
Yeah.
I think I actually got a Twitter ban. I think.
No way.
For spamming the walls of of most of the Millwall players. But I was dropping messages to everyone. I set up a GoFundMe page, and it weren't really kicking off. And I was thinking, what am I going to do? Things cost money. Yeah. I want to do this, not just for myself and my children, but other children. Some of the parents from Lewisham wanted to come with me on my new adventure, which again I had a bit of trouble with. I won't touch it too much, but Lewisham had they thought I was poaching players, but the parents contacted me. Yeah. Again, it's about the kids, where they want to play and who they want to play for, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, well, how am I going to do this kind of thing? I managed, lucky enough, I thought, right, I'm going to do a sponsor. And I was Googling all these things, asking everyone at work, what could I do for a sponsorship to get people to sponsor me? And someone said, well, get your legs waxed. I said, can't get my legs waxed. I said, I play football, kind of thing. I'm not going like with non-haired legs. But anyway, I printed off some forms for some sponsorship. I took it to work and put it on Facebook, and I was overwhelmed. I think I raised over £400 kind of thing.
Wow.
And it was unreal. And then the day come, I remember I was on the way to work. I start work at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I popped into Tesco's near my work. I was like, excuse me, where's the waxing strips? And he looked at me and he was like, I was like, don't ask. I said, where's the waxing strips? So I've gone and got the waxing strips. I've walked into work and they're all waiting there. I said, right, I need to record this live on Facebook. Yeah. Go live kind of thing. And they're doing it, and they've slapped. I said, all I want done is from the knee down. From the knee down, that's all I want.
Yeah.
And I'll send you a screenshot of it.
Yeah, I think we'll get it. We'll put it on there.
Oh mate, it was not good. Like they pulled up my shorts and put it in the inside of my leg, kind of thing. It was painful. It really it was painful, but it was for a good cause. We set up the club. You don't realise how much stuff you need.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Footballs, again, making sure the footballs are the right size. Again, it's something I didn't know. I would have just bought a size 5.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Making sure the balls are the right size. Buying equipment, buying first aid kits. We managed to get 2 sponsors on board. Me driving people mad. So we got our first full night kit. I kept the same kind of. When I was Hatching men's team, we played in purple and white. I kept the same kit. When we're the kids team, we play in purple and white. It's very rare someone has a purple shirt, so we don't have to change kit.
Yeah.
So we grabbed 2 sponsors. Is my good friend, G&B Recovery Services. He sponsors us. Then we have Espresso coffee shop in Greenwich.
Okay.
They sponsored us in the winter. They bought us all new hats, all the kids' woolly hats with the club logo on it.
Brilliant.
And it just kicked off. It was unreal. And obviously, I know loads of people in the game who's got youth teams, and obviously you do your own kind of market research to try and see how much you want to charge parents, because it costs to play at a nice ground. Which I think we play at a really nice ground, a marathon ground. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but it serves tea to the parents. The parking's awful, but it's a nice ground. It's a safe ground. We train at a nice ground, and you want to try and make it affordable to the parents without upsetting them, kind of thing, because everyone has bills. But everyone does want to see their son play football, and I think it's reasonable what we charge. And I look at some clubs and they charge double that. They charge triple the signing on fee.
Yeah.
But I've been South East London, and in New Cross Gate, it is what it is. And there's some kids out there who I would never want. I do some kind of, if you call it, advertising kind of thing, looking for players of any type, just kids that want to play football. I wouldn't want a child to want to play, and then his mum and dad to turn around to him and say, you know what, son, I don't think we can afford it.
Yeah.
Like, my parents know. In the WhatsApp group, we always chat to each other. If someone's struggling, I am a dad. I am a human.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you've got a problem, talk to me. We can sort it out together. I'm also here to help. Do you know what I mean? I'm not just your child's coach. Most of our friends now, we took the kids out to a Christmas meal down in Casper's. We all had ice cream together.
Brilliant.
I took the kids to Millwall. I done the streets. I don't know why I agreed to it. I think I had 16 kids.
Yeah.
The parents met me outside the ground. The club, we paid for the tickets for the kids, and we spoke about the line, how footballers move together. If the ball's up, we all go up together. We all come back together. Just lines, things like that. And then an opportunity come up. This is definitely another photograph I'll send you. We was the escort for as the players walk out of the tunnel.
Yeah.
My under 11s were the flag bearers, and they held the flags in full kit.
Yeah.
As the players come out against Birmingham, it was live on Sky, so they all had an appearance on Sky in the kit. It was great. They got to go on the pitch at half time. It's just this is what it could be if I put my head down, kind of thing. And it's great. I'm trying to think of dates. We don't know, obviously, with COVID-19.
Yeah.
We don't know about presentation dates. Even if it is, there are restrictions lifted. I think, myself included, I think it's still going to be quite hard to actually want to meet up with people, even though I'm still at work every day. Trying to get the parents and children together in one room for presentation night is maybe not the ideal situation at the moment, but it has to happen. Yeah. Every single football club I've been at, even when I was a child, to a men's team, you must finish the season with presentation night to reward the men who play, the girls who play, the boys who play, the young girls who play, with a trophy, because that's what you want to win as a footballer. You don't win the league, your club will reward you with all the hard work you've done with a trophy. I believe that, and that it will happen this season. So time will tell. Yeah, Boris will let us all know.
Sunday's the day.
Yeah, Sunday's the day. Yeah.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So that's the stuff you talk about there, like the crazy ways that you wouldn't think to raise that money.
I drove people mad. I was WhatsApping the links. I was the GoFundMe thing. I don't think people really trust that kind of thing, or I don't know why it didn't really kick off.
Yeah.
But doing that sponsorship was it was unreal. It was it managed it paid for. We've all got tracksuits. The kids have got tracksuits. Again, it's another. What I've always been drilled in, to be a team, you've got to look a team. It isn't just about looking like a team. I shouldn't say that. You shouldn't just want to look like a team, but you feel like a team. You feel like you're part of something.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on in that child's private life.
Yeah.
If he's had a hard upbringing, or he's had an easy upbringing, or he doesn't. Football could be his escape. So just belonging to something and turning up on a Thursday, because we have, where we train is big enough to have as many kids, up to maybe 30, 40 kids. So I always say, if you've got friends at school, if they want to pop along, drop in a training session, it's great. If they want to come along, sometimes some people just come there because they haven't got nothing else to do on a Thursday night. Some of the kids are bored, or I absolutely, I didn't think, from playing football myself from Saturday and Sundays to not playing at all, the only way that would ever stop is me watching my own children play.
Yeah.
Like the smell of the cut grass in the change room with the deep heat, that deep heat smell.
Yeah.
But I never thought I'd want to give that up until I see my team. We try something on a Thursday night at training, and then for them to do it on a Sunday, even if it goes wrong.
Yeah.
From a practice throw-in we try, or a little free kick routine, or a pass from the back. Even if they score a goal and my goalkeeper passes it out and we mess up and they score because of it, it makes me proud to think they're actually taking it on board, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's something I'm really enjoying. Really am enjoying.
Absolutely amazing. But what you said there, it's so rewarding.
That's the perfect word. Yeah. So rewarding.
We had a similar thing where we practiced like a nice corner thing in training. The girls had a lot of fun. This was the girls team that I coach, and tried it on the Sunday, and they scored from it, and they went absolutely mental. I had that genuine, like, sort of that nice kick inside, and thought, wow. And they went. So yeah. I'm quite vocal on the sideline. Yeah. A good vocal. A good vocal. But I do. The kids like it. I like to G the kids up. If we're losing, if we're winning up, it's a motto. It's got to be drilled into kids. You win together, you lose together, you draw together, and trying to tell that to a child who's lost 4-0. Yeah. Or even a harder one, like if you lose a 4-3, coming off the pitch in tears. Another thing we started to do as well, again, for new coaches, I think it was when I was at Lewisham, I think we won the game, and I think we won it quite convincingly. Like, it's not nice for the other team, kind of thing. Yeah. And their captain came over to us and said, followed by the whole of his team and the manager, and said, thank you for a really nice game. We think the man of the match today was, I don't know, say your number 10. And he gave him a little medal. And I was like, wow, like, your boys not only know how to be graceful in defeat, but they've come over, congratulated us. So first thing I done, come home, went straight on eBay,
I think I ordered like 50 medals with ribbons, and every game. And I'll be first to admit, if we lose, my boys are like, no, I don't want to go over to them. Yeah. They were saying stuff about me, and I said, I'm honest with the kids just as I'm with the parents. I said, you're all going to secondary school soon. I said, there's going to be a lot worse things said. I said, you've got to stand up for yourself. You've got to not let them see that it affects you. Mm. And so I get my captain, whoever I make captain that day, give him the medal. We decide together. And we say, we're going to go over there together, win, lose or draw, and say, you're man of the match. We think your man of the match was your number. And to see even if that team's won or they've lost, to see that look on that little boy's face or little girl's face, is rewarding. That's why I want to do that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Just going back to my again, just for new coaches kind of thing. I'm still a new coach. About my records of players who have played and all things like that. I do, and it boils down to when I was playing, and I got managers player of the year, parents player, that kind of thing. Every game, I will choose my own man of the match, or I should say player of the match. Yeah. And I also ask the parents to as well. And some parents might not want to do it in front of the kids, so they'll WhatsApp me, or their parents will decide as a whole, and I mark that down. So at the end of the season, I mark up my player of the year, parents' player of the year. Again, it's another rewarding trophy at the end of the season. Is a great little thing as well for the parents, because the parents will announce their player of the match in front of the children. And it's just a little sweetener. Yeah. Especially if you've lost a game, or a child's not had such a good game, from a little boost, it's really good to do. Involve the parents, and they're involved in everything we do, everything I do. So
brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So there's been so many good memories and occasions that you've listed. Is there one that sticks out and you think, I'm so proud of that moment, I can't believe we accomplished that, or that was a real great moment? What sticks out from
youth
from
football?
Matcher, from anything? Well, let's go one for your playing maybe, and one for
playing. I think to win the league. I think to win a league, if you're in a 5-a-side league to 11-a-side, whatever, to win something, a league, constant, like to be consistent through a season, I think is great. Yeah. So I think winning our last year of running Hatcham men's team, to win that and go and play down at where did we play? We played the final down in Croydon, Holmesdale's ground. Oh yeah. We got it professionally recorded. Again, to score in the cup final, to win the double. That was most probably my highlight. Mm. But on the next note of the youth football, my proudest, I think there's two kind of things. Seeing my children score their first goals was a feeling I'll never forget. The celebration on their faces and my face, I was running down the line like a lunatic. I don't know if you remember, you'll have to Google, I don't think you'll remember it, when Alex Ferguson ran on the pitch, I think it was at Wembley or something, and he fell to his knees. I was kind of like that, trying to hold back the tears. And I think it was one game it'd be unfair for me to say the name of the team. I can't even remember, to be honest. That's a good cover-up. We came off at half-time and we was losing 3-1. And one of our players who was playing for us, the team we was playing against, it was his friends from school.
Oh, right.
So in a way, I'm like, come on, they're doing us here, 3-1 kind of thing. I said, boys, if we play like that in the first half, in the second half, like we did in the first, I said, I'll tell you now, we'll come away with a draw or we will nick this. I promise you that. I said, we carry on, just play exactly the same way. And I'll give them a nice little, we always have a bit of fruit at half time or some Jaffa cakes. Again, what I was used to, a little bit of a boost. Mm-hmm. And so they're all munching away, and I'm going, we're going to do it. We got one back straight away. Another one come. We've got it to 3-3, and all of a sudden it it just come out of nowhere. My striker's turned. He's done a little Cruyff turn on the edge of the box and he's put it in. I was definitely off down and that was like, I think I've done it now. Like we've hit it. Like we've won, we've drawn already, we've lost already. But that win was, for me personally, that was right up there. Even like with winning the league, or maybe not seeing my own children score, but what that going in for me personally, and what I knew it meant to the kids and the parents watching.
Yeah.
That is why on a Thursday night, when it is blistering down with rain, I will still take a training session. That's the ultimate thing.
That's giving me goosebumps. You just talking.
Honestly,
fantastic.
I've got one of the parents WhatsApp me privately, because obviously as a welfare officer, you've got to be careful taking photographs. We asked. I've got all permission from every single parent in my team to take photos. We had a photographer come down to our training session. Mm-hmm. We do little things on Facebook, like next match kind of thing, which is off the Hatcham Facebook is limited to who can see it. Yeah. There's a video of me on the WhatsApp group with the parents of me running down the line when we scored the 4th goal. Yeah, like going like crazy lunatic kind of thing, but it's all memories. The kids love it, the parents love it, and so may it continue kind of thing.
Definitely. We're going to finish up on quite a nice thought now. Where do you see sort of this new infrastructure you've built up, the Hatcham Park Juniors, where do you see it going in 5 years' time?
Oh, in 5 years' time, you can ask them. You can ask the parents. It's already an objective I set out at the beginning of the season. I made it clear to all the parents, although it's a Sunday League team, I take it seriously. They had a code of conduct to sign. They knew what I wanted. I made it clear what I wanted from them, the players, and what I wanted from the parents. And I told them then, and I tell them now, I want to keep hold of them. I want to keep them boys. I keep saying boys, we haven't got any girls that play for us yet, but they're more than welcome to come. Yeah. I want to keep them now. They're under 11. I want to go with under 12s. I want to go under 13s, because I know the effect it has to keep that group together. When I was at Swanley, we was together. We moved on to Fisher together. We kept the majority of the players. And that's why I just quickly go back to the Lewisham thing, that the players wanted to come with me to my new venture. It's exactly the same when I was younger. When we was at Swanley, we wanted to go where our manager went. And it's just a way of life. It's in your workplace. If your manager leaves and he calls you up to leave, you're going to want to go because you feel comfortable there. Yeah, so in the next 5 years, so what are they now, 11s? I'll hope to have them as under 16s. Going into young men, into young ladies, if we've got any ladies playing. Yeah, so that's where I'd like to see us, and to stick together kind of thing.
Chaz, mate, you've been absolutely amazing. The stories.
Thanks for having me, mate. I could go on for another few hours, mate.
I could listen to you all night. I could listen to you all night.
I really could.
I don't think my laptop has that much storage.
I don't know how much battery I've got either, to be honest.
Oh, good. We've finished on such a lovely note. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me, mate.
Great stories. And I'm sure people are going to watch this and certainly take a lot from what you've said. Guys, if you enjoyed that, I certainly did. Please give it a like, comment your favourite parts, how much it's helped you, if it hasn't helped you at all, whatever. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and stay safe, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Stay safe, Tay.